Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How are you guys doing today?
Yes, really good.
How about you, Sylvie?
I'm really good.
Have you been motivated to study lately during this quarantine?
Usually I'm study with my friends, but now I have to study alone at my home. At my room, it's so boring.
Yeah, I can see
And
that must be frustrating.
me,
What
for
about you?
me, during this quarantine, I think that I'm become lazier because sometimes I don't have motivation to doing the assignment or just studying or maybe just read a book.
I see. I think it is always more easier when you do it with your friends as they become your motivation to study. So, by the way, no worries. Today I have the exact tips, the best tips for you guys to stay motivated to study during this quarantine session. Are you guys interested?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
really interesting.
We are interested.
Really interesting.
Great. Let's share screen and hold up. Okay. Can you guys see the picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the first tip for you to be motivated, to stay motivated to study during quarantine is to find a comfortable place to study. Why is it important? It's because that um, you're going to study for a long time. I mean, like this quarantine um, has what is that called? Has been going for 3 months and something like that. And it's important to make locational changes and it's recommended to study um, recommended to study separated from your bed. The second one is to avoid multitasking. When you think of multitasking, you might think that this is how your brain going to look like during multitasking. But in fact, your brain will look like this. You will only be using almost like not even a half of your brain, and then you're gonna be just like, oh my god, I'm so busy, but you're not gonna do anything, you're not gonna achieve anything, you're not gonna finish anything. Consequently, your assignments will last longer and you'll more likely to make mistakes and you'll remember less. What to do instead is to do monotasking. Monotasking is basically just doing one thing at the same time, so you're not going to do like a lot of things like multitasking. And this gives quite a number of benefits because you can take breaks between tasks and then you can consider also to do the Podomero method. It helps you focus um, and you can finish your assignment easier than you will be when you are multitasking. Do you guys agree?
Yes, I'm agree with that.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Sometimes.
the third tip is also one of the most important tips. This is to create a study schedule. I know that not going to campus like usual and like having to like do everything at home at the same time you're having to like probably babysit your cousins or something like that is very hard. So creating a schedule is very beneficial for you to provide structure and to keep you motivated. So you're not gonna like, I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I'll just check it tomorrow. But instead, you are going to make a schedule, and you will be separating your, for instance, course tasks or like personal things that you need to do. So, for instance, you need to read chapter 3 on 10 a.m. like here, and then you're gonna video call with your friends to study probably at 11, and then you're gonna have lunch or probably babysit your cousin, and etc., etc., etc. Okay, this one is also one of the most important. It is to make the most of video lectures. I noticed that some of us students are like not paying attention to the lectures during a video call like Zoom or Google Meet, and like usually it's just like whatever. As long as we are joining the video call, we're not gonna pay attention. But actually, it's not beneficial because of what? Um, well, because when you don't listen to your lecturer and you know it yourself, right? Like I'm pretty sure you've done it at least once or twice in this current session, and then you're gonna feel like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. What am I? Sorry. What am I studying this whole time? Like, I've been joining a lot of meetings on Google Meet and Zoom, but I know freaking nothing. So, it is important to stick to your instructor's schedule as much as you can. Because staying on their schedule will help you feeling normal and prevent you from like feeling that you don't have responsibility, and then you will have to find out how to ask questions. For instance, if it's like video lectures, do you ask the questions on the chat forum, or do you just raise your hand, or do you press the button to raise your hand? Just know what you have to know, and then you need to stop uh, opening distracting tabs and apps, because like we might think that it is tempting to open a shopping marketplace to shop, to just see and then like listen to your lecture, but it doesn't work. You're not going to pay attention to your lectures. Instead, you're going to pay attention to like which one has more discounts, and then you're not going to be getting anything, because as I spoke before, we are not as good at multitasking as we think we are.
Yeah.
Great. This is the last tips. Do you have any questions so far?
No?
Maybe after you finish
Alright.
your presentation.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is probably this is going to be the last tip, and this is going to be the most important. You have to treat your strategies for new one. Because of what? Because your routines may have to adjust during. Oh my God, I'm sorry. During this time, and you have to look for ways to adapt for your usual habits from your new ones. So you might have to go to school, and you might have to go to campus every day probably back then, but now you need to um, control uh, to like schedule your own activities yourself. And then, for example, usually you go out with your friends to study in a cafe or a library. You need to ask yourself, like, what kind of environment can I study in? Like in this house, probably. I think bedroom is a no-no, because bedroom keeps me feel sleepy, for instance, or like I think kitchen will do, or probably living room like I am now, because I don't think that studying in my bedroom is the best way to study, because I always fall asleep. So it's one thing that you need to know. Like before, we need to like adjust the place, and then if you always study in groups, try virtual or even phone-based study session with your group. Why? Because um, it's so much more effective when you can talk to the person instead of just texting. Just because like texting is just what we do every day and what we do to everyone casually. It's not something that is professional. And to to like keep this professional and academic, we need to talk to the person, because I think it's a great way to exchange ideas. And then if we feel like we have tight timelines, I think it's, what is this? Sorry. Okay, before we have tight timelines and now we have a more open schedule, think about what you can do other than this whole online campus thing. And this is a great way for you to elevate and enhance your ability, and you can think creatively about what you can do with others with you. The benefits of changing your routine is so this is like your action and behavior, for instance coffee break, and then ding, you will feel like you have rewards. You will feel like, ah, it's comfortable to study in a coffee shop. And then this one is usually like the place, like when you can do it, and then you have to change all of this habit loop to that. But it doesn't have to be drastic. So for instance, like you usually just go to coffee break and then like you change all the things, like coffee break morning, and then you change it to bedroom night. It's totally different, and you're not gonna be able to adapt it that well. So instead of changing most of the features, just change like one feature or two.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get it.
That's all, guys, that I can share to you guys for today. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question about the multitasking point. You can go back to your slide,
The
please.
the multitasking.
Or
Right. Yes.
yeah. Sometimes we have many assignment, maybe 2 or 3 assignment that have the same deadline. So how
Mhm.
how come we make a priority of the tasks that have the same deadline to avoid multitasking?
Well, you need to do it. I'm pretty sure that like one task is giving you like, so sorry, wait. It's giving like one task. Your lecturer will give you like an adequate amount of time for you to do the task. And even though like there is like they have like the same deadlines, I think it is like okay, because what is that called? You can do it. You can do it beforehand. You can do it not close to the deadline. That is like the
Oh,
most important, because like the more you are close to the deadline, the more you will be like confused. Which one to do first? Which one to do first? So yeah.
so can I do the easier one? So I do the most
Yes,
easy
yes, of
first.
course.
Oh,
I think it's better for you to do the easiest for you first. So like you can just finish it first, and then you will feel like, oh, I can do this I can do this in time, and then you will feel more motivated to do the next assignment. I guess, yeah.
oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Good evening, Anin. Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, such a interesting presentation. I really liked it and I really enjoy it, the way you present it. But before that, I want to ask questions about avoid multitasking still about this point, because if I'm kind of a multitasking person, I can doing assignment, just do assignment without listening to the music or doing anything else. So, and then the main problem during this quarantine is I always prefer the comfort. I think my comfort study is on coffee shop. I really like study in coffee shop, and then I listening to the music. But now I can't do it anymore because yeah, I have to do it in my home. And
Mm.
instead of looking for comfortable place at home, it is very difficult for me because I live in a big house with a big family. So you can imagine it is very crowded and it is very like, yeah, you it's so hard for you to get focused because of, yeah, there are a lot of people in
Very
your.
what? I'm sorry.
It is very difficult to get focused while you do your assignment in your room because you live with your big family. So I'm asking, what is the best solution that you can give it to me according my problem? Thank you. Hello, Anin. Hello, Anin.
Anin, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear my voice?
Anin,
Sorry, my connection is. Hello. My connection is bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
yeah,
can hear you. We still can hear you. How about you? Can you hear my questions?
Hello. Hello. I can't hear your question. Can you type it instead, maybe, to make it
Okay.
make this video shorter?
Wait a minute, it's quite take a longer time, but how about now? Your connection is already stable or not? Or still unstable?
Hello. You live with your big family.
and then
For me. Hi, Zahrah.
That's all. Thank you. You can
Okay.
answer it right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
yes, we can
Okay.
hear
I think it
you.
is best. I think it is best for you to create a schedule to differentiate your campus life and your personal life, so that if you live in what is that called? If you live with a big family, you can always manage to like manage to separate your personal life and your campus life. And I'm pretty sure if you have like a exact schedule, your parents and your family will understand, and it will not force you to do what is that called? To do the things that they want them they want you to do for them. Like for instance, wash dishes and all that. You can you can say that I will do dishes at this time, and then after that I will have to study again, and then I will be sweeping the floor, and I will be blah 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 and blah blah blah. Unless your problem is um, being not able to focus. I think it's I think it's back to the first point that you need to find the best place for you to
Comfortable.
study. That the best place for you to study. For instance, you usually go to a coffee shop. The ambience is like cold, and it's chill, and then you have like chairs, and then you can find a similar place in your house that looks like a coffee shop. I think that's my solution.
Thank you for your answer. That's
Okay, I think it's this is for today,
Yeah.
right? Thank you guys for listening to me, and I hope you guys stay motivated during this quarantine. Bye bye.
bye bye.